City of Angels, you know it. It's MMT on this Thursday night. It is our box office preview. Although things are so slow now, we are going to bounce around a bunch tonight. Our main topic is going to be the most overrated films of 2023. What do you think those are? Come into the comments. Let's start, though, with Venice and Telluride film festivals have kicked off. And the big film today that debuted was Ferrari. Let's check the latest and get the first reactions from the Venice Film Festival over in Italy. Important, you think back of some of the films that have debuted there, and recently the one that really stands out is Joker, right? Because that's where it first was shown. Everyone had such visceral reactions to that film. And then we saw what happened with the film, right? The Oscar success that it had. It was insane. And that's what the studios are hoping for with these debuts at these film festivals. Also coming up here next will be Toronto. Those are the three that get us into award season. The vast majority of awards films will debut at one of these three festivals, whether it be Venice, whether it's Telluride, or Toronto. And then we will go forward as we push towards Oscars 2024 with some idea of what the leading contenders will be. Now, there's always a film that drops late. And if I'm a studio, I'll be honest with you guys, if I'm a studio who has a film that I believe in, right? I'm sitting on something that I think is gold. I am going to actually not go to a film festival. I'm going to drop it in November, like so many studios have over the years, to get that last minute in, and then the rush of that fresh new film, right? The new car smell of a film. Everyone's like, we love it because it's new. And these film festivals, listen, it's the end of August, right? Early September. They're going to feel really old by the time we get to the Oscars. Like, my God, we've been talking about these movies forever. All right, let's get to Ferrari. There's a couple things I want to talk about. The actors are there because they reached a little interim agreement, or just gave them a waiver essentially and said, you can go there and talk about the movie. And we'll listen to Adam Driver in a second, but let's just check out a couple things. IndieWire. Ferrari showcases Penelope Cruz in her best performance since winning an Oscar for Vicky Cristina Barcelona. Remember that? My God, Woody Allen. How many years has that been? Was that like 10? God, what year was that? In the aftermath of the Mad Woman she played in Woody Allen's film, it's an ebbing aftermath of that. So apparently she's very good. A lot of these reviews are saying the same thing. I'm going to go to Alex B. from First Showing. We discuss things all the time on Twitter, direct message each other quite a bit. This is Man's Oppenheimer. Okay. All right, Alex. And Man's Speed Racer. His best in a long time. It's damn good. Probably the best racing film since Ford versus Ferrari. Well, hold on for a second, Alex. Have you seen Gran Turismo? Which is, I'm sorry, listen, guys, I understand. But for what it is, Gran Turismo is a very strong film. It is highly entertaining. You need to see it. It's very good. Is it an awards film? I mean, come on. Probably not. But it's not something you can just gloss over and go, well, the best one. No. Sorry, Alex. Racing back then was insane. Absolutely no safety or anything. Seriously enjoyed this. Flaws and dents and crashes and all. And there it is, the picture from the Venice. That's a nice looking place. I wouldn't mind sitting in there. It looks like the Academy Theater. We have, oh my God, the Academy Theater here in Beverly Hills / LA. Amazing. So there's Adam Driver. Let's go and let's listen to him talk about why he is there. How did he get there? Let's listen in. Hold on. Let me get the volume up.
Why is it that a distribution company, a smaller distribution company, like Neon and STX International, can meet the dream demands of what SAG is asking for? This is pre-negotiation, the dream version of SAG's wish list, but a big company like Netflix and Amazon can't.
We are here for the Netflix hate, okay? First off, we are all in, Adam. And do we not have similar goatees? We're very close. I need to grow my hair out a little bit longer, okay? Just a little bit. And then I'll be mistaken for him. Okay. So, listen, keep hammering Netflix at them. Let's go.
And every time people from SAG go and support a movie that has agreed to these terms, the interim agreement, it just makes it more obvious that these people are willing to support the people that they collaborate with, and the others are not. So
yeah,
when this
Netflix
opportunity came up, it seemed like understanding the interim agreement, it's better. A no-brainer for all of these reasons why you want to support your union, and I'm here because of that, to support the stand in solidarity with them by showing up and just further proving the point that it really is about the people that you make it with.
Well, we know this. Neon's better than Netflix for one key reason. They put their movies in actual theaters. They don't. Well, I mean, yeah, Netflix puts it in like 7 theaters. We're talking about Neon goes wide, right? They went wide with Spencer. That's a big film for them. Didn't do all that well because it was still COVID fear. But Neon has a legitimate theatrical component to their films. So they're already better than Netflix. So we already like this film more than anything that Netflix is debuting. And they have quite a few. They have Rustin, they have Maestro, and others debuting at these film festivals over the next several weeks. Okay, so a couple comments, and then we'll roll on from Ferrari. Hopefully I'll see it soon. What usually happens is this. They show the movies. Like Neon just debuted it in Venice, and they'll take it to Telluride, and they'll show it to Toronto and all that. And then they will start to screen it here in LA. So I'm hoping to be able to see that in the next several weeks. Ferrari. And it's out in December, but we'll get to see it really early. And I understand Neon's an indie, but listen, I'm just going to compare them theatrically. But yes, if you go head-to-head streamer-wise, Netflix, Amazon theatrical, Netflix not, right? Of course. Netflix anti-cinema. Couldn't agree more, guys, 100%. You guys know I'm done with Netflix. I told you guys that. We're not going to talk about it. I'm not talking about The Killer. I'm not talking about Maestro, not Rustin, not any of their films this year that are Netflix branded. I'm not watching them. I'm not going to watch. And I know that, well, no, because that's what we do. I'm going to take a stand. All these other film journalists, quote unquote, are a bunch of, you know the word. And I'm not going to bend. It's just, you're going to get it done. Why am I the only guy who will do this shit? Why am I the only one? Only one. Everyone else is like, I'm not going to get invited to that Netflix party. Imagine like your whole life being defined about whether going to a party. I've been to so many of those, I don't even care. I get invited now and I don't even go. I don't want to go. I just want to hang out. I want to do a couple of streams a week, go to a movie, and go home and go to bed. I don't want to go to your stupid party. All right, guys, here we go. Let's do it. It is time for the most overrated films of 2023. Now, I did tweet 3 of them today, but I'm going to add 2 more to give us our top 5 most overrated films of the year. Now, what does that encompass? What's the definition of this? What this is films that majority of people said, oh, it's so great. The best movie ever made. You got to see it. It's going to win all the Oscars for number 1 for sure. Or number 1 is so deserving of this. Nothing's going to take it out. Right? Like Beau is Afraid's the worst movie of the century. Okay? So no one's beating that this year. No film is going to take that out for the worst film of the year. So no film's going to beat this film unless something happens at the end of the year here that comes out with something that's more overrated than our number 1 film. That's going to be hard. You guys ready? Here we go. Number 5. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, I liked the film. I think it has a lot of very good things going on, as is the case with the majority of James Gunn-directed films. He's very skilled from a technical perspective. I love the way he assembles his films. The problem with Guardians is it is too much of everything. When you watch that film, see James Gunn unloading the entire ammo on everything because he knows that he's not going to make another Guardians film. And as such, we get 17 needle drops of the Guardians slow-moing into battle from all the different songs. The one I remember the most, the one I love the most, We Care a Lot by Faith No More. How many more of those were there? It's better if I got 1, maybe 2, not 17. There's too much of everything in this film, and let's make sure this is clear. Guardians 3 is not better than Guardians 1. If someone tells you that, that's your cue to dismiss them from all future film opinions for the rest of history. It's over. Because you just said Guardians 3 is better than 1. 1 is by far the best of that series. I'd put 2 and 3 in a virtual neck-and-neck photo finish for second place. They're virtually, I have them ranked about the same. 8, 7.5, 8 for me. Guardians 1 is a 9, 9.5. It's a great film, and it's all about James Gunn's choices. Guardians 3, number 5. Number 4, a movie you probably already forgot. I thought it was last year when I thought about Sisu. Remember this one? The lone wolf taking out all the Nazis as he tries to get his gold back. My God, was this movie a pain. Another of these Army of One movies that we're going to talk about here with the MMT evaluation shortly on Equalizer 3. How many times do we have to see this movie? Sisu was a total bore. It was the same thing over and over as he decimated the Nazis. And then the end of the film, with him hanging on the bottom of the plane with the pickaxe, oh my God, I just about screamed in the theater. I can't believe I didn't. Sisu's number 4. Number 3 is very much like number 2 and number 1. They are films that are valued because of who they're from and or what they're about. And why is Elemental so overvalued? Because it's Pixar. If this were Sony Pictures Animation, you all would be trashing it nearly as bad as the Emoji Movie. But because it's Pixar, the majority of critics couldn't get out of their own way and just say, it's not great. It's mid to low tier Pixar. Remember the fools that were saying this is one of Pixar's best? Neglia said that. Dude, it's over. It's over. You can't say that Elemental is one of Pixar's best films when you are staring at Inside Out, Soul, Toy Story. Go all the way back to all the Bug's Life is better. How many other films from Pixar are better? Every film. I would even rather watch The Good Dinosaur than Elemental again. Why do critics do this? They value brands. They can't just be objective in the moment on the film, and Elemental is proof of that yet again. Number 2 is one of the most unfunny comedies in the past decade, and it still sits in the high 90 percentile on Rotten Tomatoes. We're talking about Bottoms. Why is Bottoms so beloved by all the critics? Because it stars a pair of lesbian high school characters, and because of that, it's gotta be good. Remember, that's how we do film criticism now. Well, the director's a woman, therefore the movie's great. No, we can't say it's bad because it's directed by a woman. We can't say that Bottoms is totally unfunny and mean-spirited and one of the most painful experiences I have had to sit through in years because it features a lesbian couple in high school as they try to get the good-looking hot chicks to join them by creating a fight club. It's one of the worst films of the year and one of the most unfunny comedies. And another reason why you can't trust critics because they say, well, it stars a couple of lesbian characters, so it's got to be good. No, it doesn't. It sucks. Bottoms is terrible. Number 1 will give A24 the most overrated film of 2022 and 2023, assuming I don't see something more overrated than Past Lives. A movie that I'm told is an emotional powerhouse. Yet when we get to the emotional conclusion, and I put the emotional in heavy air quotes, we get the lead character crying what appears to be crocodile tears. I go, what am I watching? This is not great. This is a very average film. Is it bad? No. Is it a masterpiece like some of y'all saying? What's wrong with you? Stop calling movies that are mid-plus masterpieces, and Past Lives, for its faux emotion, its cubic zirconia of emotion, is number one. Do you agree with the list? Would you like to add to the list? Do you want to fight me about the list? I will do it right now. You're on. Let's go. Yes, shills everywhere, Rusty. Ridiculous everywhere. Johnny, thing is, Past Lives is very good, just not nearly as great. I think it's solid in its construction. Performances are good. I think the lead, she's not great. Okay. Listen, if we're going to put her in the best actress conversation, and Cate Blanchett didn't win for Tar last year, I know it's too. I think I might be done, because her performance in Past Lives could not be more average. It is just a performance. I wouldn't even say performance plus. It is performance. Performance. No way, Joe. Joe, it's no way. Air is good. Air is one of the best films of the year. I can get what you're saying. It probably is a little bit overvalued. Is it a masterpiece? No. Is it, one of the best films of the past? No. But is it still one of the better or best films of the year? Yes, because this year has had a lot of things like Past Lives. There's also not really any story surprises, 100%. And no, it's just the end. The emotional payoff of Past Lives is not strong enough. When he leaves, right, he gets in the taxi and off he goes back to Korea. And she starts walking off with her husband, and she breaks down and starts crying. I almost laughed. I go, what am I watching? This isn't good. I'm not crying. I cry. Hell, I cried. I tell you, I almost cried. Almost in Gran Turismo. So, I mean, there's more emotion in Gran Turismo than Past Lives. What are you guys doing? Air is underrated. Exactly, you guys. Exactly. Bottoms is definitely not better than Theater Camp. Gone Girl, we just aren't going to be. We're not. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you. Theater Camp is very good. It's a very good comedy. This is a total whiff by Gone Girl. There's no question about it. None. I mean, like, Theater Camp destroys Bottoms. Wait till you guys see it, because it comes, and now it's going to expand to like 700 screens this weekend. And you're going to get to see Bottoms. You're going to go, holy crap, what? 90 what? 90 what percent? Let's check the latest. Hold on, I got to check. What's the latest on that film? Oh, my God. Is it still like 96, 97%? Past Lives is like 90-something percent. I mean, I'd probably label it fresh, but it's not like great, right? Bottoms is now at 95%. Wow. And a 97%. Wait a second, guys. You guys ready for this? Here's what's going to happen. So Bottoms is now going to cities that aren't run by raging, virtue signaling people. So wait for this 97% to drop. Bottoms is going to bottom out. It's going to go way lower than 97. It's going to go into the 80s. Easy. I would say I would hope lower, because it's terrible. Horrible film. Completely unfunny. And mean-spirited, and the lead is unlikable. I know she's not supposed to be, but that's 2 movies in a row she's very unlikable. This is her in Bodies, and now Bottoms. I didn't see Shiva Baby. I hope she's better than that, but she's not likable in either one of these movies. I'm like, why is everyone talking about it? It's Rachel Sennott, right? Sennott? No, not happening. It's just not happening. It's not a 97%. Again, remember this. This is all virtue signaling, because you can't. Here's what happens, right? Since I attacked Bottoms and I said, oh my God, I absolutely hate this film. It is unbearable. Thank you, Johnny. That's a great, unbearable. Is because you can't. If you want to be on the right side and do your virtue signaling bullshit, which everybody does because they're so weak, they're pathetic. Listen, I'm going to attack. I don't care. This is what I do. If you are a virtue signaler, you are signaling to the world instead that you're a pathetic human being, because no one needs to be told that you're for the thing. Nobody needs to know, oh, I love Bottoms because it's about lesbians. Well, I told you guys, Tar is a masterpiece, not because Lydia is a lesbian. It's because the movie badass, and every part of that movie is perfect to me, from the screenplay to the cinematography. Scores like non-existent, performances, Todd Field's direction. Has nothing to do with the fact she's a lesbian. Don't care. Doesn't matter. Bottoms, not funny. Not because it's about lesbians, because it's fucking terrible. I hate Bottoms. Is one of the worst films I've seen. Now I'm getting angry again. I got to stop. I promise you I will not go any further. I don't want to talk about Bottoms ever again. It's over. All right, let's talk about Oppenheimer hitting 800 million worldwide. 800 million. Nobody thought that would happen. Did you? Honestly, you didn't. No one. I didn't. Nobody. If anyone tells you, oh, yeah, we knew that. No. 500 would have been really good. This is 300 over what we thought would be great. 500. We are at 800 worldwide. As it continues to go, I mean, we're just about done. We'll probably get to about 875, maybe 900, okay? But still, Oppenheimer, the adult drama directed by Christopher Nolan, is proving that mature audiences will come out to see movies if you make them theatrical only. If you make them wide, Netflix, losers, and you give it to them, like, look, listen, Killers of the Flower Moon, as you know, just got the IMAX wide release worldwide in October. So they're going to go, Apple and Paramount tag teaming on that. They're going to go wide because they see Oppenheimer money. Now, is it going to get 800? But no, it's Scorsese, okay? IMAX, it's going to do really well. Like, before I had it lower, but based on Oppenheimer and now the worldwide IMAX, I'm telling you, I'm buying stock in Killers of the Flower Moon because the rest of the year is so weak. So that when we get to Killers of the Flower Moon, people will be ready to go to the movies. September is barren. October, largely. And then we find Marvels. Come on, let's not do that. Don't do it to me. And then we get to Killers of the Flower Moon. It's going to crush. Barbie, 600 million domestic this weekend. It's going to get there. Might even be there today. It's at 597. Let's pull it up right here. Yeah, let's call it 600. But once it officially gets there, I'm sure Discussing Film is tweeting right now, Barbie is hit 600 million domestic, even though it hasn't. They love doing that. Like, the day it's going to happen, you need to wait. You need to wait till the number comes in. Otherwise, we're going to start like proclaiming things like weeks ahead that are obvious, right? NFL football is kicked off. No, it hasn't, but it's going to kick off in a week, so I'm going to say it's kicked off. That's Discussing Film as they do news. It's like Discussing Film and film updates. Can you, like, all day, all they do is get the headlines from Variety, Deadline, and from THR and regurgitate it and slap it up there for like 10,000 likes. Is there money in that? I guess the website gets subtracted, but I mean, that seems like a lot of work. I wouldn't want that job all day, just like literally just troll back and forth, look at what they're, okay, let's post this, let's post that, let's post this. Look, I've got 10,000 likes. Guess how much money you get from that? Zero. Although, you know what, with Twitter now, with the advertising, I think you do get a little bit of something. You get something from that. You get something. Okay, a couple comments. We're going to roll into the MMT evaluation of the Equalizer 3. Normally we start with the box office, but because Equalizer 3 is like, right, come on. My reaction stream, outside the theater is up, as well as No More Bets. We'll talk about that in a minute. It's China's #1 film of the past month, almost 500 million. It's made in China. We'll talk about that movie. But I do want to do the MMT evaluation, Equalizer 3. So if you missed the reaction stream, let's go a little bit more in depth about this film. Denzel Washington back as the ex-CIA agent murdering the mob in Italy because they wronged him. And he just wants to be left alone. I mean, how many more of these Army of One movies do we have to endure? Go all the way back to Death Wish, recently Taken, and Nobody, and John Wick, obviously. On and on and on and on and on. Right? You piss the guy off, and now you're going to pay the price, and there's no way you can stop him. Even with like 30 bad dudes pointing submachine guns at our hero, he's going to find a way out of it and kill them all. That is what happens in this film. Again, with Denzel, it's the same shit we've seen so many times before. And as such, what's the fun, okay? There's not a lot here because, first of all, you get bogged down in a political thriller. So it really should just be about Denzel Washington living in Italy and the mob effing with him. And then he says, okay, you want some? I'm going to take your asses out. That's enough for me. Build in his life, do a little bit of something on the side, but instead we get this entire drug dealing operation that includes the CIA coming over to, do this giant operation, and the whole film gets bogged down. It should get rid of that and just concentrate on Denzel and his character. Make the movie more interesting from a character perspective, because Denzel is presence personified, right? On the big screen, when you watch Denzel, you're just like, that's a movie star. And you see it again in this movie. And there is some thrill in watching Denzel murder the mob, right? You get some visceral excitement from watching him graphically. I mean, this movie is like torture pornish, the way that it executes people, okay? So there is that. But at the end of the day, there's no tension and there's no real value bestowed into you from the film, and there's no reason to go see the film unless you have A-list. That's the only reason to see this film. It's 60%. We want to support theatrical, don't get me wrong, but this time of year, man, not good. It just ain't good, guys. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's not going to get better anytime soon until we get to, like, Killers of the Flower Moon. That's how long we got to wait. All right, here we go. Let's go Equalizer 3. And let's do the ticket sales right now. Let me go to AMC, and we will dial up the latest sales for this film. Let me go to, not Taylor Swift. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's go to All Movies, and let's go to, what the hell? I don't want Friday. I want today. Sometimes these websites are set up so whack. You're just like, what's going on here? Okay, here we go. Let's go to today. Let's go to right now at 8:45, which is 15 minutes away, and that's not looking that good. You guys see this? That is not looking great. That's an IMAX screening, and that is like 30% full, 35. So that's really a problem, okay? But this isn't a movie that's going to open to 50, okay? It's not going to open to even 40. I don't think it's going to get to 30 for the 3. I think that it is going to end up at, let's go back and let's look at another theater just quickly. Let's just roll over to Century City because we just have the time. Let's go for it. Let's go to Century City. That's over in Beverly Hills. That's Ken's favorite city, in case you didn't know. 9 o'clock IMAX. Here we go. That looks a little bit better over there, but it's still about, what would you say? Oh, hold on. We have it. We got it going on. We got it going on, guys. What do we have? Remember we talk about this? This is why you guys watch MMT, for shit like this. The first 2 rows are full. You don't want to sit in the first 2 rows in IMAX, even though that's a faux max. It's not even a real one, okay? But still, you know what's happening there? I'm telling you right now, the studios are buying the seats. Sony bought those seats. Because here, think about this. If you're the studio, you're going to buy some seats because those seats aren't going to be sold. The first 2 rows aren't going to be sold. Because look, there's seats further back. So look how many, there's the whole back row. No one's going to take the first 2 rows versus the back. I like sitting close, but not that close. I would pick like row 3, 4, 5 in there. Okay, so why did they pick those seats and sell them? Because here's what's going to happen. You buy the tickets. They're going to get, 50% of that cash back. The studio's going to get half that money back. And they get to report the number for tonight for Equalizer 3. That's what the studios do, you guys. There's no question. There's not a question. Am I the only guy who sees this? Tell me I'm not the only dude who understands what is happening here. It's exactly right. Studios are buying seats. You can see it. You can absolutely, Johnny, that's exactly what's happening. Denzel's collecting a paycheck. Denzel, as I said in the reaction outside the theater the other night, he went on vacation. The producer said, do you want to make Equalizer 3? He's like, well, how much? Okay, 10 million, probably more. Let's say 15 million, maybe 20. And you get to go to Italy. That's where we're going to shoot these. Okay, fine. I'll go to coastal Italy, and I'll hang out there, and I'll shoot your movie for a 2-month shoot. Does that work? I mean, of course he said yes. Of course. So, yeah, this movie, here we go. Let's get to my number. It's going to be 28 for the 3-day. Remember, it's a 4-day weekend, so you have Labor Day, but we also have college football back. Equalizer 3, they all open around 30 million. So I'm going to go a little under. I just feel like nobody cares about this movie. I mean, do you? Do you care about Equalizer 3? Is anybody stoked for that? They pay for seats for their own movies, but they can't resolve the strike. Exactly. Well, that doesn't cost as much. Right, Johnny? The seats there, let's say $20 a seat. How many seats are those? Like, let's say 30 seats? So it's $600. I'm just throwing, I don't know if it is 30. That's $600, right? It's probably 25. Okay, so whatever. 700 whatever plus dollars. So they're going to get 350 of that back. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but if you add that up, if they start buying 2 rows in front of screens all over the place, they're going to get half that money back, and then they get to pump that Thursday number up. I don't know. Well, you tell me why the first 2 rows are sold out. There's no way in hell they're sold out. There's a million other seats. Nobody's sitting in the front row. Nobody's sitting in the front row. Come on, man. 28, you think it's too high, Gone Girl? It's too late to redeem yourself, by the way. You said that Bottoms is better than Theater Camp. Honestly, Gone Girl, there's no coming back from that. You can't. It's over. Tonight's kid, Blackburn Rovers. You know why? You know why I picked this one? This is one of my favorites. Because they won 8-0 yesterday in the Carabao Cup. 8-0 in football/soccer. That's like 100-0 in football. Like 8-0 is an ass kicking. Who the hell they beat? Whoever. They shouldn't even show up for the next match. They're done. They are disbanded. It's over. It's over. No more bets. I just came out of this film. I just posted reaction. It's on the page. You can check it out after the stream. I'll give you my thoughts. First of all, you don't know what this movie is. I mean, I didn't even know until I looked at the AMC app, and I'm looking for something to watch today because it's Thursday, and I already saw Equalizer. So what's No More Bets? Oh, that's right. That's the movie from China that has $500 million in sales in China in the past month. It's been number one. It's been beating everything. Barbie, Meg, Oppenheimer, all that stuff's wiped out. Mission Impossible 7, no. No More Bets is the number one film in China still right now, and now it's at AMC Regal this weekend. So the things that you take away from No More Bets, it is a dark thriller, very much like Sound of Freedom. It has almost the same identical feel. When you're sitting there, I'm watching a version of that, right? It's a stronger film than Sound of Freedom, okay? What it details is the shady life of anyone involved in internet gambling, right? Internet scams. In this case, this coder gets kidnapped and taken over to, I believe it's in Vietnam. He goes from China. When he's at a meeting, he quits. He goes, I'm going to join this video game company. Turns out he's working for an internet gaming company, and they hold him prisoner, and they make him work there along with the girls to make money from the internet gambling site. And it's really, I'll tell you this, it's ambitious, and it is emotional, but what it also is it's definitely melodramatic. If I were to take the melodrama and dial it back to from a 9 to a 6, this would be a really good film. No More Bets. As such, it's still stronger than Equalizer 3. So if you're looking for something to see this weekend, yes, it's subtitled. You can deal with it. It's also actually interesting. It's got Mandarin Chinese, and then it also has English underneath. So you get double subtitles when you watch this. And it is the best film out. That's a new release. Go see No More Bets. I liked it. It's a solid film. Exorcist Believer is moving. You know why it's moving? Because of Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is releasing her concert movie on October 13th, I believe, right? Is that a Friday night? Okay, so check this out. Here's the IMAX on the 13th of October, and it looks pretty good. And remember that this is not part of A-List. These are $25 seats. So she's going to make a ton of cash. Almost like $10 million already in pre-sales for this. So what did Universal do? Universal said, we're out of here. We are going to move Exorcist, which is going to be on the 13th, and slide it to the 6th. And when you do that, then you get out of the way of Taylor Swift because you don't want any part of it because it's just going to be crazy. These seats will sell more as the weeks go on. And if you're Universal, it just makes sense to get out of the way. And good for them. We talk about this all the time. Studios have to have the ability to be agile and to move things even a week or a week back. Help me out, guys. Where am I headed with this? Here we go. This is where MMT kicks total ass. If Paramount would have slid MI7 up to that week before it opened, just moved it up 1 week so that it opened with Insidious 3, the shit film that was, I'm telling you right now, MI7 would have made at least 100 more million worldwide, at least 100 million more if Paramount would have just slid it up 1 week. You know why they don't? They're like, well, our posters all say no one cares. If you tell people the movie's moving up a week, people know. They come. Everyone reacts now. They don't think about things weeks ahead. Today, I was like, I'm going to go see No More Bets. I looked at the app today. I didn't even know I was going to see it until like 2 o'clock today. Why not move these things? So kudos to Universal for doing that. So Taylor Swift is going to make a ton of money. She shot the thing here in LA, I believe, right? Didn't they shot it here and the concert a few weeks ago, and now they're going to turn it. She's going to make more money. Taylor Swift is at the point where how much money does this girl have? Like seriously. Like it doesn't exist in her world, right? When you're that rich, money doesn't even, it's like, doesn't matter. You don't even, the concept's gone because she can do whatever she wants, whenever she wants, buy whatever she wants, don't have to think about it. It's a constant money press. Here's more money, printing money like they were during COVID. Here we go. That is Taylor Swift. And that is the situation with her now with the movie coming out. So it's pretty crazy. All right, let's open it up. And I think I got through everything. If there's something that I missed, let's do it. We'll probably go a little shorter tonight. I'm kind of burnt. I'm going to go 45 or so tonight. I do want to do a whack film review spotlight because I am going to not go to bottoms. We already savaged that. Let's go to Equalizer 3. And let's find somebody who says this is a great film. There's got to be someone who said that it's great. And I know I'm going to find it. Here we go. You guys ready? Let's roll down. And let's find someone who said, let's find something really good. Not like it's okay. I want to see it's like, it's fantastic. Equalizer 3 is a resounding immersion in the most underrated action saga of recent times. Jorge Loser. Wait, what? What? Jorge Loser. That's not the guy's name. It's got to be Loser. It's got to be Jorge Loser. Right? It can't be Jorge Loser. That'd be bad. But this is not. This is a resounding immersion. What? It's just not. It's a TNT movie, right? You know what I'm saying? Like on a Tuesday night, you turn on the television. It's on Turner Network Television. Let's see what else. Let's see if we can find another one. Find someone who like gave it like 5 out of 5. These are all like 2, 3. Okay, I'm fair with like a 2.5 out of 5 or a 3 out of 5. 1.5 out of 5. Nice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Oliver Jones, Observer. Like many third iterations, this one shows signs of the creative team growing bored with what they made the story worth telling in the first place. 4 out of 5. Wang Li Ling is a satisfying sense of closure as the trusted collaborators wrap up the 9-year trilogy. 4 out of 5 is a little whack. 3 out of 4 from Jake Coyle from the AP. Wow. Guys, come on, man. This is not a 3 out of 4 movie. I can't get that excited or that angry about it because it's just not that good. Bottoms I can go off on, but, you know, it's just not happening. Let's go 5 extra minutes. I'm going to roll out early tonight, guys. I think we got it. His name was Jorge Loser. It was Jorge Loser. Listen, if it's a loser, I'm sorry, but I'm just saying it's what it looks like. That's what I'm saying. If that were my last name, I promise you that I would add an extra S or an extra E or an extra R. It would be definitely Losser, Losser. It would definitely not be Loser. Yeah, guys, isn't it, Mark? Have you seen it? Just wait till you guys see it. You guys are all going to be like, this is not Dakota Fanning. You know, I didn't mention that, Kuzma. Thanks for bringing it up. I forgot all about Dakota Fanning because she's just not fantastic in the film. She displays her badassness by putting on her Ray-Bans. That's how she shows up on a scene with her Ray-Bans. She's just standing there and she's like having a discussion with Denzel. It's weird because I know they worked together. What was that? Man on Fire? What was the movie she was in with him? Okay, whatever it was. She's back, and we haven't seen her in a lot of things. And I'm starting to wonder if maybe there's the reason because she's not a great actress is because she just doesn't have much to offer here. The script doesn't give her much, but, you know, at least like Jodie Foster playing an FBI/CIA agent, that's going to have some grit and some, you know, some true depth to it. She just gets on here and just does her thing. I mean, it's just like there's Dakota Fanning. She's a lot older and she just puts on her Ray-Bans and looks tough. Also, the score in this film is it's always on. So whenever you know a film is like average or worse, the producers know it and they put a lot of score. Let's add music because the music's going to make it more interesting. If you strip the score out of the scenes with Dakota Fanning and Denzel Washington, you'd be like, this is terrible. So I give them credit for trying to mask the awfulness of that scene with the two of them like meeting with her and her Ray-Bans on by overloading the score. That's a tip. All right, that's like, here you go. We know we have a shit movie. We're going to add yeah, L is definitely more. I mean, listen, more talented, right? L's got it is Man on Fire. I can't believe I remember that. I can't believe I got it right. That's another movie. Like, how do you remember that? She was good as Squeaky. I don't even remember her in that. So I don't, the thing is my God, she was. It's funny. The years go by so fast, right? So Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is now 2019. I already isn't it funny how we forget shit so fast now? Because the world, especially in the past 3 years, we've seen so many things just absolutely flipped on their heads that you forget that we have endured so much, and you forget that it's been 4 years since Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Every time I still see that, I go, "What the hell is OU?" Oh, that's right, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Damn you, Eric, you nailed it. My Scream film has too much score. Oh, yeah. Well, this. Oh, wait a second. Mega Swiper, listen, here's the thing. That is a tip-off, right? If the score is cranked, they know the movie sucks. Bury it. It's like, stale pancakes. You bury it in maple syrup. That's what they're trying to do. She peaked in Iron Sam, I guess. I mean, she peaked definitely a long time ago. No, I mean, I listen, this is not Dakota Fanning bashing session as I slowly start to fall asleep here. It's just that she's not great in the film. And if you wanted to see the reunion, I guess, yeah, but it's not like you're going to go, wow, Dakota Fanning, we've missed you. You're going to say, there's Dakota Fanning, and then you're going to forget. That's how forgettable Equalizer 3 was. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap tonight early. I know it's early. It's okay. We're good. We'll be back on Sunday night. I'll have more to discuss. I think we got through a lot tonight. My energy levels is dropping by the minute. But we'll be back on Sunday for the big box office show and the breaking box office show on Sunday morning. If you haven't yet, subscribe. I appreciate it as always. And if you're looking for something to see this weekend, I would highly recommend you go see No More Bets over Equalizer 3. Take a chance. I think you'll like the film. It's flawed, but it's stronger than Denzel murdering the mob. That gets old fast. We'll discuss the results on Sunday night live from the City of Angels. Until then, I bid you a fond farewell. I'll see you Sunday.